Welcome back, guys. Welcome to episode 17. What an amazing last couple days in sports. I'm going to say it. These NBA and NHL playoffs have the potential to be one of the greatest postseasons we've ever seen. If you haven't watched much yet, get on it because you don't want to miss it. But today is May 4th, which is apparently Star Wars Day. I haven't seen anything with Star Wars, so I'm out of the loop.
May the 4th be with you all.
Yeah, these two guys love Star Wars, so which I did not know.
It's an amazing movie franchise, except for the new trilogy. Those are garbage. But other than that, it's awesome.
You got the shirt on, too.
What?
Favorite character?
Favorite character?
Besides Padme?
I do like Yoda a lot. It's kind of hard. Also, I like Mace Windu just because he has a purple lightsaber. Who's your favorite character? Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, definitely. No. What's his name? Ewan McGregor. So did I say that right? As Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
The new, like the older ones. He's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's really good.
Yeah.
Is it too late for me to start?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay.
But you might not want to watch the new trilogy because it might ruin the others for you.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But how are you guys doing? Haven't seen you in a couple days. How you been?
Actually, I've literally just been reading, and I had an exam yesterday night. So I read two novels that were both like 400 pages, 500 pages in 2 days. That was fun. And now I have a paper research proposal due tomorrow night that I've been working on all day. So
nice.
Busy.
I played 18 holes of golf this morning. So that was fun.
Dang.
Hitting some bombs. First time I played in probably 5 to 6 months. So after not playing for a long time, I always go in there and I always go back to start playing, and I always hit the ball amazing. So that's how I reset, because every time I hit my driver, it would go and then take like a 90-degree turn to the right and just go into the woods. But I hit some straight ones, so that was good.
You just go by yourself? You go with buddies or what?
I just went by myself this morning. It is our finals week, but I'm done. So
yeah, good stuff. Did you guys have or how did you guys feel about these last couple days in sports? I opened by saying it's been pretty crazy, pretty amazing, but like hockey wise, I mean, Zach, I know you're not a big fan, but you watched the game the other night. What'd you think? It's pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like constant stuff going on. When I was watching it, I don't know how you could be a play-by-play person in hockey. Like, I don't know how they see the puck when it's like on the near side. Yeah, the near side, and you can't even see it because the board's right there. I loved the chippiness because, one, it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think it was Shen. He just annihilated that one guy.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
out of nowhere.
He wrecked that guy.
Did you guys have any? Did you see it today? I did not have any, honestly.
I didn't either.
I got one.
Zach's always
I sent it to you. I'm always coming through.
Yeah.
We got to shout them out. Missouri S&T baseball. Yep. There was a rain delay at one of their games, and someone on their team started balancing a bunch of stuff on his face. First, he balanced his hat and then like flipped it on his head. Then he balanced a helmet with his hat. Then he started balancing a bat. Then he balanced a fold-up chair but closed. Then he balanced it open. Then he balanced those portable hand sanitizer things that are all over the place now.
Yeah.
He balanced that, and then he just balanced some. I don't even know what it was. A big pole. It was like a 10-foot pole, maybe not 10 foot, but
kind of crazy that Missouri S&T was on, ESPN and all those big pages.
Yeah, it was like really cool.
How does that? Is it just like a luck thing that they get seen like by tagging people? You think, or what?
Like, you just post the video, and if it blows up, it blows up.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. This is our first episode of hopefully 2 this week. We mentioned last time we're going to be trying to do 2 a week as much as we can with our schedules. Unless you guys have anything else to say to start us off, let's get into baseball. The Cardinals only have had 3 games since we last filmed, but they played a makeup game Monday in Kansas, or at home against Kansas City. 1-0 win. Again, the offense not showing up again. Goldie homered in the first inning. Nothing after that.
Hey, all we needed.
Yeah, all we needed to win that one. The next night was Tuesday night. We went to Kansas City, lost 7-1. Again, no hitting to be found anywhere. And then today, game 2 in the final game of the series in Kansas City, the hitting shows up. It's been feast or famine for about 11 games now. I think they showed a stat where 7+ or 2 or fewer in the last 11 games is what we've been scoring. But what'd you guys think about the games?
Today's game was amazing. Yesterday's game I did not enjoy watching that game.
Mm-mm.
But this game was amazing. We hit the ball. Arenado had 5 RBIs. That was insane.
Yep.
Juan Yepez hit some rockets and got 2 doubles. So that was pretty awesome. Got his first 2 hits. Hopefully this today gets us going and gets everyone hitting. Tyler O'Neill hit a home run, so hopefully that gets him going. He batted 6 in our lineup and is batting like 180.
Yeah.
He tripled today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he tripled too. Home run and triple.
Nice.
Yeah, Ollie kind of switched it up a little bit. You don't want to switch it up too much. You can get people out of their groove, but again, at the same time, like O'Neill in the 6th spot, there's no pressure on him. He kind of just swing free, I guess. But yeah, it was good to see O'Neill get it going. Waino, I don't think you mentioned Waino. Waino was fantastic today. 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Also, though, 2 strikeouts and 15 ground ball outs. And we've mentioned it before, like with how good our defense is.
That's what we want.
Literally, fill up the strike zone.
I think you couldn't have asked for a better pitching performance from Waino.
Yeah. Even when we lost the other day, yesterday, I guess, I haven't got to watch it all. But I know Hudson he went 6 and he gave up 3. He had a quality start. And then, the bullpen kind of fell apart a little bit. But, we'll see. I'm hoping to watch more. Like now that after tomorrow, I'll be done with school. So
if Hudson gives you 6 innings and it was 2 runs and then a third came in, another pitcher let it in, but he put the guy on, whatever. So he ended up giving up 3. But if he gives you a quality start like that, you got to win those games.
Yeah, for sure.
And more times than not, I think we will. We do have a 3-game road trip coming up, or 4-game, my bad, in San Francisco.
Big series.
Very big series. It's going to be tough. Their pitching is really good over there. I know we have to face Webb tomorrow. I don't know anything else besides that.
Well, they have to face Michaelis, who's been on fire.
Yep. So
did you see whenever they were going to Kansas City, Michaelis in his outfit? He had this really nice suit. He had like a briefcase and his mustache. I just feel like Michaelis would be just like the funnest guy just to hang out like for a day with. I feel like
he's
he's
always
just a goofball.
standing out.
Yeah, he's hilarious
with that stuff. I saw an interview with him where they were talking about how a lot of the team wants to do like everybody wears the same thing. A lot of the team wants to do that, and he's like, no, I want to do my own thing, which I think is kind of funny.
I think a couple big pluses of the season so far is our starting pitching has been pretty good. Pitching overall, a lot better than that was kind of our coming into the season, what we were worrying about. So it makes me feel good that we're pitching good, and also we're going to get Flaherty coming back hopefully soon, and hopefully he pitches like he did like 2 years ago. It's been a while since he pitched pretty good. And also Tommy Edman, after this whole season, he's been playing insanely good. And a big thing about it is he's having longer at bats, better at bats. Because last year he had a really low on base percentage, I think around 300. But now he had 2 walks today. No, he had 3 walks today. He didn't get a hit, but he was on base 3 times. He was basically had 3 hits. And his on base percentage is 419, which is second on our team to Arenado. So I think Tommy Edman may have just stolen the leadoff spot back from Dylan Carlson.
He also has more RBIs than strikeouts this year so far. Obviously, the season's really early, but that's really impressive. I think he has 11 RBIs, but that's what you want out of a leadoff guy. I know the game's trending towards, putting guys like George Springer at the top and just hitting tanks, or Vogelbach in the Pirates series.
Fattest guy ever leading off.
But I think we all 3 agree, we like the more old-fashioned baseball where it's get the guy on and 2 hitters, your contact guy, and then you got the power guys going.
Who was it? Oh, so I was watching the game and Brendan Donovan came in to pinch it for Arenado because we're up by like 8. And him in the batter's box. I don't know if you guys have watched him hit. His stance is an exact replica of Tommy Edmonds.
Yeah.
Like literally the same.
No, I can see it now. I didn't think about it. Now that you mention it, I can definitely see it. He's a good little player. I
Yeah.
think I don't know if he has really a spot here moving forward. Maybe he's somebody we deal in the future. Who knows? Because again, we've mentioned it week after week. It's a log jam what we got going on right now.
I think I like Donovan on our bench. He can probably he's just Tommy Edmond. You probably put him in right or left field too.
Yeah.
Play him
My
anywhere.
worry with Yepez is that the dude's an awful fielder. I don't know if you could really tell today from it, but from spring training, first base, left field, right field, the dude cannot field. And that's where I think the DH helps. That if he does stay here, he'll get a spot there. But he's not going to be somebody in your field every single day.
No. I think a lot of people think when you're in the minors, it's all about hitting. And if you have a really good average, you're going to be able to make it. But if you can't field, like you're going to be a liability and lose a lot of games.
Definitely. Other news around the league: the Yankees are 18-6 now. They've won 11 straight games. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but Judge hit a homer last night. He's on a tear, his 9th homer. But when he hit it, he hit it in Toronto to a Yankees fan, and the fan gave it to a little kid who had a Judge shirt on, and the kid was like overcome with emotions, just bawling his eyes out.
You mean he hit
guys
it to
saw
a
that.
Toronto
Hit
fan?
it to a Toronto fan.
Was it a Toronto fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yankees fans wouldn't be that nice. If
That's
it
true.
was if it was the other way around and a Yankee fan caught Vladimir Guerrero's home run in Yankee Stadium, he'd probably throw the ball at the kid's face and then
That's
say,
true.
"Suck it."
Yeah, that's very true.
But up there in Canada, they love you. Whatever you could like punch them and be like, "I love you."
It makes more sense now.
This is also in terms of baseball at like MLB overall like batting average. This is the lowest it's been, like on pace to be the lowest it's been since 68, I believe.
Yeah.
So which
It's crazy.
it's a long time.
Obviously, pitching is a whole lot better, but a lot has to do with the
I think it's the swinging as hard as you can every pitch.
It's partly that, it's partly the dead balls, and it's still early. I feel like hitting always gets better as it warms up and the season goes on.
Definitely. The Twins are also 15-9. I don't think any of us really had the Twins being really successful this year. Again, we say all this, but it's very early. They've been having great pitching. I listed a couple guys. Joe Ryan, I believe he's a rookie. Is their number one starter. He's been fantastic. And then Dylan Bundy was a top draft pick of several years back. Never really turned out in Baltimore. Finally getting his chance here in Minnesota, and he has like a 2.95 ERA. Byron Buxton's batting 290 with 7 homers. Buxton is his one thing is just stay healthy. It's always been
over under. Will he be injured by June or by July?
He'll be injured by July. He'll spend some time on the IL by July, 100%. And then Carlos Correa had a terrible start in Minnesota. He's up to 264 now. He's been on a tear. And like their team run differentials plus 29, which shows it's not really a lot of
the Twins.
Yeah. So it's not a lot of close games. It's literally them. They've been playing really well. And again, like you said last week, the White Sox with a bunch of injuries, they're underperforming. The Royals are like 8-15, I believe. That's kind of disappointing to me. I know Mondesi's their like up and coming second baseman there. He's out for the year, but I thought they had enough to be better than that so far.
Oh, I did not.
Really? You didn't have high expectations for them?
Oh, I never have expectations for the Royals.
I also listed one other team that was kind of stand out to me. The Braves. I don't know if either of you mentioned them in underperforming teams a couple weeks ago.
I did.
It sounded familiar.
I think we all did.
Okay. Well, they're 11-15, and Austin Riley and Matt Olson have been great. But besides that, obviously Acuna's been out. And then Albies has like got some power this year. He's got 6 homers, but him and Swanson have been underperforming. And then get this, you know how they lost Jorge Soler and he was the World Series MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember the other huge piece to like them being successful? Eddie Rosario.
Yeah.
They got him at the deadline. He's 3 for 44 to start the season, batting 068 with 0 homers and 0 RBIs. So
Oof.
there you have it. That's
Imagine
a pretty
if he
rough
was on
start.
our team right now.
Oh man, we think DeYoung's having a rough start. This is terrible. Anything else that stood out around the league to you guys though? I know Colin, you said you haven't been able to watch a whole lot, but
The study grind.
yeah.
The paper grind.
I can tell you all about my novels I read if you want.
No, what about those Max Scherzer getting ejected, Mad Max, and then Bumgarner today after one inning got mad at the umpires and got ejected. Did you see that?
I didn't see I saw Mad Bums. I didn't see Scherzer's. What was that all about?
He was just arguing balls and strikes from the dugout.
Dang. Was it
Seeing a lot of beep beep beep.
Yeah, oh yeah. Classic Scherzer. And then was Mad Bums him arguing balls and strikes? Because I saw the clip of like the umpire randomly rubbing his finger and like staring into his eyes.
And then you could kind of read his lips and he just like cussed out the umpire. First he was cussing out the behind home plate umpire, and then he checks his like hand. They just must have said something and he got really pissed off.
He's always crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm watching it now. I haven't seen it yet, but he's ticked off because who'd they play? The Marlins?
Yeah.
Is that right? So the Marlins pitcher, they just came over and just like looked at his hand, like didn't even touch it or anything. And then they're over here like rubbing his fingers and like, and then he says something, he's walking away and the ump must have said something back to him that pissed him off and he got in his face and he's pretty fired up. So
I don't know why the ump was looking in his eyes like that though. It's kind of a little awkward. But let's move on to some NHL news here. Game ones.
Well, can I read this tweet from KFC Barstool?
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know. I know, Zach, you watch Pardon My Take, but I don't know if any of you guys follow. Like, so it's, pardon my language, this is a quoting from him, because the ump is literally just staring into his eyes like you just said. And KFC just tweeted, "What in the absolute fuck is this? Mad Bum should have swung on him. You only touch someone like that while looking into their eyes if you're trying to fuck them." So,
oh my god!
And he's just got a slow-mo of the ump just like staring at him and
just like this.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So one more thing, MLB, real quick. It's kind of MLB. So last episode we talked about the Yankees fans being awful and throwing stuff at the players. So I was thinking, was thinking a bit this week, and I wanted to hear what you guys thought. What do you think about if every player gets the chance to fight one fan at like the end of the year or sometime during the season? They get like one little card, they can like turn it in, and they have to like spin a little wheel, and it's like if it lands on like yes, fight him or something, or it could be like different types of combat, like boxing gloves or just a fist or a kick to the nuts or something.
Yeah.
And they get one chance because the players, they have to take it. But the fans, they can just give it out and no repercussions. But if they added the fighting element, you get to be risky. Like, should I be really mad at someone? Because then he could turn in the card and be like, oh, I want to fight Joe Smith. And then
exactly.
It'd be interesting.
Nobody's gonna be cussing out Judge or Stanton or anybody like that anymore.
Yeah.
They're going to be cussing out Daniel Vogelbach. He's really big. You could probably run around him.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of some skinny player.
Jazz Chisholm is pretty skinny, but I think he's he's pretty muscular.
I feel like he's kind of fired up. He could be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like he could somehow do one of those, like jump up in the air, spin around and kick a guy in the face.
Yeah, he's an athletic guy.
Maybe Dylan Carlson. I was watching Dylan Carlson today, and he looked like a twig.
He's very skinny. Did you know his dad was like 350 pounds or is currently? Yeah. But yeah, Dylan's very skinny. Dylan's another guy really quickly that he was in the 9-hole yesterday. I don't think he played today besides like pinch hit. He came in for Yepez, I think, later in the game, but maybe it's the weather thing. Maybe we just need the weather to heat up and he gets it going, but he's a huge piece that we do need to get going. We don't need him being our 9-hole hitter. throughout the season. We need them in hopefully 1 or 2 or 5, whatever. All the game ones in NHL though are finished up now. And man, I don't know again how much you guys got to watch. I had a couple TVs down here going, and man, it was fun. The Blues looked dominant the other night. Versus the Wild. Husso had a shutout. Perron with 3 goals and an assist. You guys both got to watch that game. What'd you guys think? Good stuff?
Yeah, we look good. Also, I just outside the game, the commentary, I still think the Blues have some of the best like play-by-play and like color guys in the like in the league. Even when it like games are nationally broadcast and stuff, like I like Chris Kerber better than anyone else. And who is it? Joey
Vitale.
Yeah, Vitale. Yeah. I like both of them better. So
I got to watch, or I watched some of the ESPN because I did want to compare it, like you actually just mentioned, and I completely agree. I enjoyed listening. Obviously, they favor us more, but JK and Panger were so much more fun to listen to for me than whoever they had, Buccigross or whatever on ESPN.
Yeah. It wasn't Buccigross for the Blues.
It wasn't
game.
Buccigross.
Well, it wasn't. I just saw Buccigross on TV, and that was the first guy I could think of.
But yeah, no, I that's the one thing I don't like about playoff hockey is that it's not on a local channel. So, but yeah, no, the Blues looked really good. I mean, Husso looked awesome. Minnesota did hit like 3 or 4 posts though. So that was kind of a little nerve-wracking, but overall I thought we looked really good. We need to stay out of the penalty box more. And keep drawing penalties. So, but yeah, I thought we played well. I thought we played pretty physical. Yeah, it was. I mean, I think other than like the power play, it was a pretty even game actually.
I completely agree.
I thought Flower played well. It's not like any of our goals were like bad goals. So, no, I don't. Have they announced who's starting for them in net?
No, I have not seen it.
Okay.
And I did say that we were dominant. But you make a good point. If we didn't have those 3 power play goals, it's a much closer game. And if they didn't hit those posts, it's a much closer game. And we know in game 2, they're going to be coming out flying. They don't want to go down 2-0 and then go back to St. Louis, or they're in a big hole. So tonight's going to be really tough. If Husso plays like that, though, he was really solid.
He was very good.
Somebody who didn't like have any points, and I don't know. I try to find somebody who stands out other than just the box score. Nick Leddy played a really solid game the other night. Was cutting off all angles. I know they mentioned it a couple times on the broadcast, but he was very solid. I thought Parayko was good. Mikkola had to fill in for Scandella. I thought he was very strong.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, he was fairly impressive as well.
And he was to kill off 6 penalties, right?
I think we were 6 for 6 on PK.
And that was the one thing that I really liked going into the postseason for the Blues, is that our special teams, not just on one end or the other, it's both ends combined, or both top 3 in the league or top 5, whatever it is, which really helps. And all around, and I'm going to get into we all are going to get into some other games here, but all the games that I've seen, the penalties are extremely high. And I know it's playoff hockey, a little more chippy, a little more intense, but some of the stuff David Perron was doing, like pulling Hartman's stick over the boards and like
that was unnecessary.
Literally pulling his face all the way.
He like pulls his face back, and then after it, he's like, "Look what he did to me!" Like he didn't do anything. Like,
well, it was like
it was
like 2 minutes apart. Like I was like, "What are you doing?" But
he always does
AJ texted us, and he was like, "If David Perron wasn't on the Blues, I would hate him."
Yes, 100%. Because like I was talking to my dad earlier, and like during the regular season, he doesn't do any of this stuff. Like he stays out of all. You don't think so?
I mean, he doesn't do it as much, but he definitely does it.
Yeah,
he's a shithead.
But what do you guys have tonight? You guys got the Blues winning or the Wild?
I got the Wild. I think they're gonna be too fired up. I don't think they're gonna lose 2 at home. I obviously hope we win, but
yeah.
I don't know. Going back to St. Louis 1-1, I'm not going to be too mad about.
Definitely.
I say it's going to be a close game. Obviously, they want to win one at home. They're going to be juiced up, not actual with like juicing, but
gas.
Yeah, juiced up because they want to get the win. But I could still see us pulling it out. We looked pretty good. I thought we looked really good. There were a couple times, I think it may have been in the beginning of the second period, where I felt they had the puck in our zone for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like at minute one time. I was like, dang, I don't watch hockey a lot, but I know that's not good.
Yeah. No, not good at all. I agree with you guys. I think it's gonna be very close. I'm not gonna pick against us because I really feel if Husso plays like he did, we have a very good shot. Because our offense can explode at any moment. That Thomas Buchnevich Tarasenko line, I don't think it had a point. So
Well, we also have one of the highest shooting percentages in the league, so it's not like we don't need to throw that many shots on goal to score.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we saw that earlier this year. I think Calgary outshot us like 47 to like 12 one game, and we
yes,
beat them like 4-1.
I remember
So,
that. Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, other than the Blues game, I'm trying to think what I watched part of the Bruins game because I had the Bruins in that series and they just got railroaded.
My thing with that is where was Marchand at? I mean, like he wasn't doing any of his like
He did
chippy
nothing.
little.
Oh wait, also, who was it? Spurgeon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
jail.
He needs to get like crucified.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
that
terrible.
I don't know how he didn't get suspended for that.
No,
It's
just a fine.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
If he broke his
5.
ankle, he got a fine.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing hands.
But it was only $5,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only
Yeah,
5,000.
I think, and we don't have like the big Reaver type guy that we've had in past years, but I think you're going to see Shen going after some people tonight. Really hoping they don't do anything stupid, like stupid penalties, because we don't need that unless we're up by a lot or down by a lot.
And that was their captain too, right?
Yeah.
He's not like that usually either. He's really reserved, and he's not one to stir it up. I don't know if he was just ticked off because they were getting beat bad on their home ice or what. But he let it get to him.
I say right off the bat, just headhunt him and just smoke him. What the
Oh,
heck?
yeah, I agree. Set the tone.
Do it
But
back to him and
I'm
see
not
if you get
against it.
fined $5,000.
Yeah.
Give him a big old slash. Just smack him across the back of the knees.
Call up Arenado, ask him for some tips to swing the stick really fast.
Yeah.
But Toronto clapped Tampa as well.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to see. I didn't watch that game at all. I watched like part of the first period.
The one series we talked about a lot was the Kings Oilers, and the Kings came out with a 4-3 win the other night.
Yeah.
Pressure's on the Oilers now. You have to win tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had a lot of pressure going into the series.
Yeah, so. Definitely.
But
Definitely.
Edmonton and Toronto both have so much pressure, the Canadian teams, because they can't win in big games.
The Avalanche had no problems, but I think did we all say 5 games in that series?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards 4 now. I mean, it's, without Saros, they really have no chance.
The Calgary beat Dallas 1-0.
Yeah.
Which it was a close game. There's a lot of penalties in that game. I watched part of it again. But yeah,
Markstrom was great, but it surprised me that Dallas kind of hung around with Calgary's firepower.
Yeah.
Who was in net? Was it Ottinger or?
Yeah, it was Ottinger.
Okay.
Played really good. So
and then
also speaking of goalies, Shesterkin had like 80 saves the other day.
Yeah.
And still lost.
Oh yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah. I was saving that for last, man. I watched that entire game. I think I texted you guys about it. Absolutely, like literally one of the best hockey games I've ever seen. They beat the Rangers. Penguins beat the Rangers 4-3 in triple overtime. Like you said, Shesterkin 79 saves, second most in playoff history. Tristan Jarry is obviously out right now for Pittsburgh. I don't even know his status moving forward, but they had Casey DeSmith in net, and halfway through, I believe the second overtime, he started getting cramps, and they blew the whistle, and he goes over to the bench, and nobody really knew. The announcers didn't know what was going on. He kind of just limped off the ice, and then Louis Domingue, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's his third game of the season. Really funny story about him also. He's like 31 years old, and he last year apparently lost the love of the game and was getting ready to retire. He comes in last night and is 17 for 17 in net. And right when he comes in, you can even like the body language. I mean, see the nerves that he has. I mean, obviously he is going to have some, but you could see the nerves that he has. And they won a couple faceoffs and literally just flipped the puck on net, like nothing hard, literally just to see if it would just trickle by him. He stood tall. He was 17 for 17 in net. Obviously got the win. After the game, he really, really funny story. After the game, he was saying how people were asking him if how is he staying ready, because obviously he didn't know if he was going to go in or not. And he said there's always like fruit in the like clubhouse or in the locker room for in between periods to give the players some energy. So he said I didn't want to take anybody's fruit away because I wanted them to have it. I didn't think I was going to be in the game. He saw some leftover Chinese food there, so some sweet and sour chicken and broccoli is what it was. He said he had just a little bit of it, and then he said, before you know it, I was winning Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. He said he thinks he should be in net tomorrow night for Game 2, but and then the only other game I think that there was the Capitals shocked the
Biggest
Panthers.
upset,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah, that was a big shocker. Again, I think the Panthers are going to bounce back, but this is why I picked the Panthers in 6 instead of just like a sweep or something, because I think Washington could push them a little bit, and obviously they did. And
Well,
I know
Washington's got a pretty solid veteran team. They're like they have experience.
been there, done that, definitely. And then like we all mentioned how the Panthers this time of year, you can't just score. You have to lock it down, and
You can't
they only
follow
scored
AJ's
2 goals.
philosophy.
I know. Yeah. Offense. Yeah, my philosophy, whatever. But do you guys have anything else hockey wise?
I don't think so.
Some
Nope.
Game 2s tonight and tomorrow. Obviously,
Yeah, excited
Blues
to watch
tonight.
these next games.
Then let's finish up with I say this every single episode, but
Our favorite
segment.
segment.
Some basketball. So every series is in either Game 1 or Game 2, just like the NHL is. So let's start in the East. The Miami Heat dominated the Sixers the other night, which was expected without Joel Embiid. 106-92.
Are they up 2-0?
1-0. And then
1-0.
tonight they play Game 2. But
Big
James
NBA
Harden.
guy here.
What's that?
Good job, Kyle.
I said
I'm proud of
1-0,
you.
and I'm like big NBA guy here.
I know. I was waiting. Yeah. But James Harden was 5 for 13, with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Good numbers. But what you need out of James Harden without Joel Embiid, just not it. Also,
How did Tyrese Maxey play?
I don't have it down. I think it was like around 20 points. I mean, just like normal Tyrese numbers. But they're going to need Tobias Harris. I mean, Tobias Harris is a borderline star.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's got to play better. Harden's got to be more dominant. And the Heat are just so well balanced.
So deep.
Also in the East, the Celtics with a big comeback win last night against the Bucks. They won 109-86. Series is now tied 1-1. The big difference maker was that Tatum and Brown combined for 59 points, 21 of 38 from the field, and 11 of 20 from 3. And it was just Giannis. I mean, they had a couple guys with like 19, I think, and I think Drew Holiday had 19. One guy had 14, but they're missing Chris Middleton bad. And obviously, Celtics, they didn't have their shots fall in the first game. We had mentioned that. I think 11 for 50 from 3 or something. But they finally got them to fall, and they came out with a win. So that series is tied 1-1. In the West, the Suns rolled past the Mavs. The score was 121-114. I watched the majority of the game. It was definitely a fourth quarter, like all the backups were in. They just cut the lead down. It was much more of a blowout. But I would not count out the Mavs. I do think they will win Game 2 in Phoenix tonight. That's my bold hot take prediction there.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Against your team that you used to love.
I know. I used to like the Suns a lot. And then also in the West, the game of the playoffs so far. So far, the Grizzlies hold on late to beat the Warriors. It ties the series 1-1. Ja Morant had 47, 8, and 8. At the end, the last 4 minutes, it was Steph and Ja back and forth. And I will say it right now, this series is an absolute classic already. I think it goes all 7. The only thing that holds me back from really feeling confident with saying that is Klay Thompson was 2 for 12 from 3 last night. Andrew Wiggins was 1 for 7 from 3. And the team, the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, shot 7 for 38 from 3. They're not going to do that, every single night. So the Warriors are going to be okay. So did you guys get to watch any basketball at all? I know
I did not. I just followed it all off of social media. And going back to the Sixers Heat game, Tobias Harris scored 27 points. He was 11 for 18. So he played pretty good, but Tobias Harris and Maxey, they had a plus minus of minus 25. So
yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah. And then how did Jimmy do that game? I know Kyle Lowry's out right now, but how did Jimmy do?
He had 15 points. Bam Adebayo had 24. PJ Tucker had 10. Gabriel Vincent, right?
Yeah. Gabriel Vincent
had 10. Tyler Hero had 25 off the bench. They just have they can score. A lot of people can score on their team.
I think we tweeted about it, but like the 1 seed in the East has PJ Tucker, who's a good role player, especially this time of year, but Gabe Vincent, and then who was the other name? Max Strus. And they're starting 5 or in their like main rotation, whatever it is. Which is pretty
Duncan
unbelievable.
Robinson hurt? Because he didn't play.
Did he not play?
No. He has to be hurt.
He must be dinged up a little bit. But I think I tweeted about it on our Twitter that like it just proves how good the coaching staff is over there. Not just Spoelstra, it's his whole staff. How Zach, hold back. I already see it coming. Some LeBron hate. But no, Spoelstra does a tremendous job over there. And playoffs are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to say it again. Like if you are not a basketball fan or a hockey fan, like tune in a little bit. It really does not matter. The intensity this time of year.
They actually play defense.
Yeah, definitely. All the drama.
Hockey, there's like stuff going on after the play every single whistle. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's very chippy. It's awesome. This is probably my favorite time of the year is watching playoff hockey. I absolutely love it. Get very intense. So
yes. Yeah. And then even on the basketball side, like all the drama going on with Draymond Green and the flagrants right now. Like,
have you seen all the people get kicked in the nuts in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on. If you're not a fan of basketball or hockey, still just tune in. It's a lot of fun. But we thank you everyone for listening and watching. On that note, we will see you all next time.
I've converted 3 of my friends into hockey fans over the last 4 months. So we're doing good.
Good stuff.
Got them to watch a game with me, like all at different times. And all of them are like, we love this. This is the shit. So,
well, it's one of those sports that I've taken people to games where they've never even seen a puck before. And like, they just fall in love and are like on the edge of their seat the whole game.
Yeah. Hey, we're building the game.
Exactly. It's good stuff. But I guess we plan on being back hopefully this weekend, sharing some more news. But besides that, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep. See you guys.